Hello, thank you for tuning in to Neil Talk. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about today's current events, which entail is the news that we've been watching and what we're going through as a country right now. And that is the war between the U.S., Israel, and Iran. The interesting part is that we, as a country, is in the middle of something that we are trying to figure out why we're involved and what is the outcome that we expect or should expect. The thing that we as a country are looking at right now in all the headlines is how is this going to end and why are we doing this? And that's something that we look at as individuals and we talk about, and we, especially amongst ourselves, when we get together and we think about it and we talk and listen to different things that others have to say. And on the news or YouTube, we look into other points of views and try to get an understanding of why this is happening and what does it really means. Well, I have been thinking about it, and I like to say, one thing. Have you watched the news lately? How the news is making the war seem like something in a distance. It's not here near us, and that the only reason we here are interested really is because it's the U.S. is involved in it. The one thing that feels different for a lot of people is that, especially since over the last few days, the news have been discussing the idea of boots on the ground. Sometimes we wonder, what does that really mean, boots on the ground? It's a new term that we've started saying and that people are really starting to pay more attention to it. And boots on the ground is something that even though we were young and sort of knew what was going on, we never thought of that during the Korean War or the Vietnam War, when parents or people that we may have known when we were young that were involved in those wars or those skirmishes, as some might say. But now, here in this time, we're hearing boots on the ground, and we're getting an idea because we're watching the news and we're seeing thousands of people, thousands of Marines and military personnel get involved in this war. And right now we're being told that there's, I believe it's 13 people that have gotten killed and roughly about 200 that have been injured. That is, in a way, a lot of people. The reason I'm saying in a way, because it's so far away, we don't look at that as just around the corner. I remember when I was younger and we had people that were in the Vietnam War and they were coming back, and I grew up in a small town in Georgia, and we used to get people coming back here or near here, and it was a really big deal and a lot of sadness going along with it. And that is something that I remember from the time I was probably, 5, 6, less than 10-year old. But now, as I've gotten older and retired and looking at things, it's like it's here now, and I can understand it and see it, and it does mean a whole lot to me. But once again, I just talk about it, and I'd like to thank you for tuning in to Neil Talk, and I thank you for listening to me. And I want to be able to share what's been on my mind about this war or skirmish that we're having and thoughts about it. Well, it bugs me because I say, I think about what is we're to do. What are our thoughts if somebody, we know that this is a war that is a voluntary military that we have here in the U.S. And we have family members and friends and associates that, for whatever reason, have volunteered to join the military. A lot join because of the need for a better life and so forth. But most didn't think that it could truly happen, that they would be actually called to war. And we can look at all types of movies and videos of fighting in wars and what it entails and who, are awarded Purple Hearts and different things. And, those things come with a price that we sometimes don't realize. But I thought about what happens when someone in your family is in the military and they get that call saying that they're going to Iran or the Middle East right now. That is a call that we don't want any of our family members or friends to get, because who knows what can happen. But being deployed in a conflict is something as serious as uncertain as tension between nations like Iran, the U.S., and Israel. That can be a detrimental call, and it could be troublesome because we don't know what can happen while they're there. We are told that Iran is a Shiite, which does mean that they don't mind dying, and they think there's a better life when they do, and they're dying as martyrs. We're going to war because we love this country, but we don't want to die fighting in a war. We don't want our family members, our friends, our associates dying because of a war that it's not here, that sometimes we don't believe that necessarily is something that we should be involved in. Personally, I'm one of those people who say, if things happen over there, let them stay over there. It's unfortunate that, things happen and we don't necessarily have control over it, but sometimes I think we just need to stay out of things. But because of the headlines right now, we're involved, we're listening to it, we're attuned to what is going on. And the main thing that I can say, each morning when I wake up, I have the faith that all is going to be well. I pray for those that are gone over there, and I certainly am praying now as I see that thousands of people, men or even women, are getting the calls to prepare to go overseas to those areas and fight. I don't know what that fight will be or what it will be like or what it will look like, but I can truly say that I'm going to pray that everyone who goes come back home safely to their families, because their family have a stake in it. And nobody wants to see family members and friends and relatives that are dead or maimed because of a conflict that is overseas. I'm going to talk further about this. And I ask that you continually tune in to Neil Talk and to my channel. And I ask that you subscribe so that you can be informed when I bring out another video, when I do another video and I bring it out. I want to be able to share my thoughts and the daily occurrences that I have, because I will be coming online each day or and trying to bring everything in clarity of what is going on, what I can see, what I can find out. So I ask that you tune in to Neil Talk and subscribe to the channel and like the videos. Thank you for this, and have a nice day.